Section 1, the awakening, unification of mind, body, and spirit. Coming into hero's pose or seiza, drawing through the crown of the head, lifting tall, and bringing your attention to your breath. Inhale, exhale. Bring your right hand to the mat, followed by the left hand, bowing in, honoring the warrior within each of us, the pursuit of patience, us. Extending through the arms, bring your right hand to right thigh, followed by left hand to left thigh. Bring your hands to heart center, honoring the yogi in each of us, the conscious mind, bowing forward, namaste. Extending tall, bringing the hands to the mat and pressing through into a tabletop position. Knees come hip width apart, strong core, pressing into the mat and pressing the shins into the mat. Elongating the right leg behind you, followed by the left leg, engaging the quadriceps, tucking through the tail, pressing into the mat, high plank. Tucking the chin to the chest, pressing the shoulder blades away from the spine, cobra hood, navel to spine, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae to the thoracic, lumbar, and sacral spine, finally lowering the heels towards the mat. Downward facing dog, inhale, exhale, reach long. Inhale, elevate the heels, posterior tilting the pelvis, rolling through the sacral spine, through the lumbar, finally through the thoracic, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae through high plank, drawing the pelvis towards the mat, coming into hovering upward facing dog, depressing and retracting the shoulder blades down the spine, pressing through the fingertips and the palms, broadening across the collarbones, and finally lifting the chin, upward facing dog. Tucking the chin to the chest, drawing the shoulder blades away from the spine, coming through cobra hood, staying strong in the legs, engaging the core, rolling through the thoracic, lumbar, and finally sacral spine, and lowering the heels towards the mat. Downward facing dog. Gazing forward, anchoring the vision between the hands. Inhale, elevating the heels. Exhale, bending through the knees, floating through frog into prayer squat. Landing soft, elongating through the crown of the head, coming into prayer. Lengthening through the base of the spine, all the way through the crown of the head. Releasing the fingertips to the mat, elevating the sits bones towards the sky. Fingers stand, forward fold. Releasing the crown of the head towards the floor. Gently walking the toes in towards each other, heel toe into forward fold. Slight micro bend in the knees, rolling through halfway lift, rolling wave. Tucking the tail, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae into halfway lift, long spine, lowering through forward fold. Dropping the crown of the head towards the mat, inhale, exhale. Slight micro bend in the knees, rolling through vertebrae by vertebrae, mountain pose, laterally extending the arms into extended mountain pose. Inhale, exhale, slight back bend. Inhale, strong core, mountain pose. Exhale, swan dive forward, small bend in the knees, strong back. Inhale, rolling, halfway lift. Flat spine, extend, forward fold, exhale. Planting the hands firmly in the mat, hinging forward as if you're coming into a handstand, putting some weight into the palms. Floating through high plank into chaturanga. Lowering down through chaturanga to prone belly down position. Rolling the shoulder blades back and down the spine. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Anterior tilt of the pelvis. Untuck the toes. Posterior tilt the pelvis. Rolling through sacral, lumbar, thoracic. Coming through cobra hood into upward facing dog. Straightening the elbows. Depressing and retracting the shoulder blades down the spine. Upward facing dog. Palms plant firmly into the mat, broadening across the collarbones, strong through the legs. Relax the glutes. Exhale, drawing the chin to chest, navel to spine, Coming through Cobra Hood, pressing through the hands, rolling through your thoracic, lumbar, and sacral spine, untucking one toe at a time, elongating through the spine, downward facing dog. Okay, section 2A, Archer series. Beginning in downward facing dog, hands planted firmly into the mat, extending through the tail, crown reaches toward the mat. Drawing the feet together, toes touch, heels a sliver apart. Inhale, right heel reaches long, demi pointing through the foot, neutral hips. Right heel to sits bones, elevate through the left heel, navel to spine, rolling through vertebrae by vertebrae, engaging Cobra Hood to low lunge. Bringing right fist to right shoulder, posture up, left fist comes high, presenting the bow, revolved archer. Releasing the arrow, circling the left arm up, right arm comes forward, warrior two. Continuing to circle the arms, right hand comes high, left arm comes low, transitioning to hips, high drop stance. Fingertips together, hands like blades. Circling the right hand to the right hip, transitioning to hips, depth remains, reaching warrior. Bringing the right hand down to the mat, circling up the left hand, side angle, extending to the side body, gaze follows, down to the mat, to low lunge. Pressing through the palms, chambering the right leg into the chest, doming through Cobra Hood, demi pointing through the foot, three-legged dog, downward facing dog. Inhale, heels lift. Section 2B. Down dog. Sits bones reach towards the sky. Firm foundation. Drawing the toes together, big toes come to touch, heels a sliver apart, tailbone reaches towards the sky, elongating through the spine. Inhale, reaching the right leg behind you, demi pointing through the foot, neutral hips. Right heel to right sits bones, elevate through left heel, drawing the right knee to the chest, navel to spine, engaging Cobra Hood, coming through to low lunge. Right fist to right shoulder, presenting the bow, posturing up, revolved archer. Releasing the arrow, circling the left arm up, right hand comes forward into warrior two. Continuing to circle the arms, right arm up, left arm down, hips transition into high drop stance. Hands come to blades, gazes forward. Low drop stance, pushing out the side wall, right toes spin up, sits bones come to the ground. Circling the right hand behind you to base, left arm comes up overhead, expression the posture fully, warrior's bridge. Sits bones lower to the ground, guarding the face with the left hand, sweep left into reaching warrior, followed by flying warrior. Demi pointing through the foot, gaze comes to the horizon. With control, slowly bending the right leg into warrior two, arms circle overhead into high drop stance. Right hand comes to hip, hips transition, depth remains, gazing over the right hand, reaching warrior. Right hand comes to the mat, left arm circles above, side angle pose, extending through the side body. Rotating on the back foot, low lunge. Pressing into the mat, engaging Cobra Head, chambering the right heel into the chest. Three-legged dog, demi pointing through the foot, neutral hips, downward facing dog. Section 2C. Beginning in a down dog, firm foundation, tailbone lifts towards the sky. Drawing the feet together, big toes touch, heels a sliver apart. Extend the right foot up, pointing demi point through the ball of the foot. Right heel to sits bones. Elevate the left heel, drawing the right knee to chest, navel to spine, engaging Cobra Hood, slowly lowering into low lunge. Right fist to right shoulder, posture up, presenting the bow, revolved archer, left fist comes tall. Releasing the arrow, circling the left arm above, opening up into warrior two, bending through the front knee. Circling the right arm up, left arm down, hip transition, depth remains, high drop stance. Hands come into blades. Pushing out the sidewall, right toe spin up, sits bone comes towards the ground, low drop stance. Sweeping the right arm back to base, left arm comes up, while sits bones come to the ceiling. Full expression of the posture, warrior's bridge. Slowly lowering the sits bones towards the mat, Left hand guards the face. Sweeping left, sweeping right, reaching warrior into flying warrior. Hips stack, right foot bases, demi pointing to the left foot, gazes over the right palm. Falling warrior, rotating over the right shoulder, bringing the hands to chest, spinning 180 degrees, swinging the left leg through the sagittal plane, lowering down with control, dragging the backs of the hands on the mat into chaturanga. All the way down to prone. Knees draw into chest, anterior tilt of the pelvis. Untuck the toes, drawing the navel to spine, shortening the front line. Posterior tilt of the pelvis. Rolling through to upward facing dog. Quadriceps strong, pressing through the mat, broadening through the collarbones to press and retract the shoulders. Drawing the chin to chest, pushing the mat away, engaging cobra hood, shoulder blades draw away from the spine, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae, upper back, middle back to lower back, finally releasing to downward facing dog.
Section 3, pride. Beginning in downward facing dog, elongating from the tip of the tail all the way to the crown of the head, firm foundation. Inhale, elevate the heels, gaze anchored forward between the hands, bending at the knees, and in one sweeping motion, knees come to chest into boat pose. Elongating through the spine, crown of the head reaches, collarbones broaden, demi pointing through the feet. Inhale, exhale, slowly lower down, extending the legs, strong through the arms, supine position. Inhale. Exhale, low back imprints onto the mat, feet come up and overhead, hips over shoulders, plow pose. Using your momentum, rolling up into iron footstool. Balls of the feet plant, heels lift, shoulders rolled back and down the spine, long through the crown, back is flat and long. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lowering down into forward fold. Preparing for crane pose. Firm foundation through the hands. Hinging forward, weight distribution into the hands. Knees come into the triceps or into the armpits. Straight arms, gaze anchored. Maybe one toe lifts, demi pointing through the feet. Slowly lower the balls of the feet to the mat. Knees come wide, heels come to touch. Tiptoe pose. Setting through the crown of the head, shoulders roll back and down the spine, sword mudra or steeple grip with the hands. Inhale, gaze comes up with the arms, sword extends. And exhale, drawing the sword forward. Hands come to chest, feet pressing into the mat, chair twist to the right. Inhales, reaches you long. Exhales, twist a little bit deep. Extending through the arms, shifting the weight into the right foot. Extending the left leg back, demi pointing to the foot, revolve lunge. Opening up to the side, back heel spins down. Warrior 2, deep bend in the right knee. Gaze forward at the horizon, strong through the arms, shoulders down. Hands transition, right arm up, left arm down. Hips transition, depth remains into high drop stance. Hands like blades. Scooping with the left hand, pressing off the back foot. Revolved flying warrior. Demi pointing through the foot, neutral hips, strong through the back. Supporting legs are engaged, quadriceps on. Inhale, chambering the left knee in. Hands come to heart center, sword mudra. Transitioning into kicking warrior. Arms extend up, demi pointing through the left foot, strong through the legs, vision is forward. Drawing the hands back into heart center, bending through the left knee, pushing out the back with the ball of the foot, neutral hips, warrior 3, gazes forward. Falling warrior, spinning 180 degrees over the right shoulder, swinging the left leg through in one motion. Hinging at the hips, standing splits, dragging the backs of the hands onto the mat. Chaturanga, slow and controlled, all the way down to prone position. Shoulders roll back. Cobra roll. Knees draw into chest. Anterior tilting the pelvis. Untuck the toes. Posterior tilting the pelvis, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming into upward facing dog. Shoulders to press and retract down the spine. strong through the quadriceps. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, cobra hooding the back, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae, untucking one toe at a time, downward facing dog.
Section 4, unification. Beginning in downward facing dog, palms placed firmly into the mat. Drawing the big toes to touch, heels a sliver apart, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the right leg high, neutral hips demi-pointed through the foot. Hinging forward, bending the right heel to right sits bones, elevate the left heel, rolling through, engaging cobra hood, internal dancing dog. Pivoting on the left foot, kicking the right leg out to the side wall, sits bones draw to the ground, blocking with the left hand. Warrior spread, circling up and over with the left hand. Sits bones come towards the ceiling, full expression of the posture. Slowly and with control, lowering the sits bones to the ground, blocking the face, chamber the right knee into the chest. Left hand comes to the mat, extending through the right leg, demi-pointing through their foot, three-legged dog. External dancing dog. Opening up through the hips stack, right knee points towards the ceiling, engaging through the right foot. Hinging forward like you're coming into high plank, opening up through the hip, and slowly and with control, pivoting on the left foot, lowering the right leg down towards the ground, sits bones lower, blocking with the right hand. Warrior's bridge, circling up with the right hand, sits bones come towards the ceiling, full expression of the posture. Slowly guarding the face with the right hand, lower the sits bones to the ground, gaze comes to the upper right hand corner of the mat. Pushing off the right foot, right hand comes to the upper right hand corner, opening up through the left or the right hip, right foot comes to the outside of the right hand, left toes spin up towards the ceiling, it's Gandasana or low drop stance. Sweeping with the left hand, sits bones come to the ground, warrior's bridge, right hand circles up and over, lowering through the sits bones, guarding through the face, sweeping with the right hand, hands to blade, low lunge to the top of the mat. Lowering the left leg towards the mat, extending through the right leg, half splits pose, engaging through the foot, micro bend in the knee, long spine, crown reaches. Right knee shifts towards the top of the mat, hands come forward, low lunge, extending through the left leg. Hands come to the inside of the right foot, toe heel the right foot out slightly, lizard lunge. Option to come to the elbows, strong through the left leg. Transitioning back through low lunge into pyramid. Bring the left leg up and out. Hips are neutral or parallel with the mat. Pyramid pose, elongating through the spine, small micro bend in the right knee. Posterior tilting through the tailbone, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae through lower back, middle back, upper back. Arms circling down to come up, bending through the right leg. Warrior one, pinky spin in, internal rotation of the shoulders, gazes forward. Coiling dragon, drawing the hands through heart center. Gaze comes over left shoulder, hands to blades. Right toes come in, left toes turn out, transitioning 180 degrees. Thighs come together, knees come together. Right hand high, left hand low, gaze to the horizon. Coming out the same way we went in, toe heeling the feet, pivoting like you're on a swivel. Gaze comes to the top of the mat, warrior one, pinky spin in, shoulders roll back and down the spine. Coiling dragon to seated twist. Hands come through heart center, gaze comes over the left shoulder, hands to blades, right toes turns in, left toes turn out, gaze comes to the top of the mat at the horizon, slowly lowering the hips bones towards the mat, placing the left hand behind the spine, right hand comes up, inhale, reaches long, exhale, twist a little deeper. Gaze leads along with the right hand to blade, leaning forward, coming into revolved flying warrior. Pushing off the left foot, reaching forward, gazes forward, revolved flying warrior, right hand towards the side body, hips are parallel, demi pointing through the foot, foundation, mound of the big toe is firmly planted. Kicking to falling warrior, blocking the chest with the hands, Coming over the right shoulder 180 degrees, sweeping the left foot, blocking the vision to the back of the mat. Slowly and with control, lowering down, hinging at the hips, dragging the backs of the knuckles on the mat, coming to chaturanga, all the way down to prone. Drawing the knees into the chest, untucking the toes, anterior tilting the pelvis. Pushing through the hands, posterior tilting the pelvis, rolling through the lower back. Cobra hooding the back, shoulder blades draw up and away into upward facing dog, gaze lifts. Chin to chest, doming the back, rolling through cobra hood, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae, releasing one toe and then the other to downward facing dog. Section 5, balance. Beginning in a downward facing dog, elongating from the tip of the tail all the way to the crown of the head. Inhale, gaze comes forward, anchor your vision between your hands, fingertips firmly placing into the mat. Bending through the knees, drawing the knees to the chest, toes come in, floating through to Navasana boat pose. Shoulders come over wrists, knees come over chest, extending through the arms, broaden across the collarbone, demi pointing through the foot. Slowly lowering down with control, using the low belly, lowering the appendicular skeleton to supine position. Arms extend overhead, strong feet demi point. Inhale, exhale, low spine, imprints to the mat, navel to spine. Feet come up and over the head to plow pose. Transitioning into half moon, bending through the right knee, rolling through warrior's base. Extending up and out with the right hand, left hand comes to the floor, demi pointing through the foot, stacking through the hips, stacking through the shoulders, bending through the left knee and the right, slowly lowering to warrior's base. Sits bones come to the ground, legs extend, arms come up overhead. Inhale, exhale, imprint the low back to the mat, legs come up and over to plow. Bending through the left knee now, transitioning to half moon on the left, rolling through warrior's base. Left arm circles up and over, demi pointed through the left foot, hips stack, shoulders stack, gazes down, strong through the legs. Bending through both legs with control, transitioning, gaze comes forward to warrior's base. Arms extend forward, legs extend, slowly lowering down to supine. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, navel to spine, strong engagement through the legs, coming up and over into plow pose. Bending through the right knee, transitioning to standing split, rolling up through warrior's base, arms and hands come to the ankle, with a demi-pointed foot extending through the right leg, hips are neutral, gazes in front of the mat. Slowly bending through both legs, coming through warrior's base, gaze comes forward, arms extend, legs extend, lowering all the way down to supine. Inhale. Exhale, low back to mat. Legs come up and over to plow pose. Bending through the left knee, rolling through warrior's base. Transitioning into standing splits, left leg lifts this time, extending through the ball of the foot, demi point, strong through the legs, neutral hips. Coming through warrior's base, slow with control, transitioning through fight stance, arms extend forward, legs extend out, lowering the appendicular skeleton to supine. Inhale, exhale, low back to the mat, feet come up and over into plow. Bending through the right leg, moving to handstand, rolling through warrior's base, hands plant into the mat, kicking with the right, slowly lowering through warrior's base, arms extend out, legs extend, lowering all the way down, arms up overhead. Inhale, exhale, lower the low back to the mat, feet come up and over, plow pose. Bending through the left leg, handstand on the left, rolling through warrior's base, firmly placing the hands, shoulders on top of wrists, kicking and slowly lowering, arms extend, legs extend, supine position. Inhale, exhale, low back to the mat, navel to spine, feet and hips come up and over, demi point, legs come wide, rolling with control into crow. Feet come wide, chest lowers to the mat, gazes forward, Getting a stretch to the inner thigh. Slowly with control, placing the feet onto the mat. Heels lower, sits bones come towards the ground. Hands to chest, Malasana, prayer squat. Broadening through the collarbones, elongating through the spine. Section 6, animals. Beginning in Malasana, prayer squat. Sits bones come towards the mat, knees come wide, hands come to Samasthiti, heart center, reaching through the ground. Leaping leopard. Hands plant into the mat, turning 180 degrees over the right shoulder to face the back of the mat. Legs extend, toes point, hands extend down towards the ground. Gorilla walk. Dragging the back dorsal side of the hand on the mat, heels of the hands plant into the mat, gazes forward. Feet replace the hands to come forward. Hands guard the face, sitting tall. Leaping leopard to the left, turning 180 degrees over the left shoulder, extending through the hands and the feet. Gorilla walk forward, dorsal back side of the hand, drags, heels plant. Hands, feet replace hands, guard the face. Leaping leopard right. Gorilla walk to the back. Leaping leopard left. Gorilla walk to the top. Leaping leopard 180 degrees over the right shoulder, hands and feet extend. Crocodile. Planting the hands, legs shoot back into chaturanga. Navel to spine, all four limbs come off the ground, propelling the body forward and landing in chaturanga. Fighting gorilla. Lower limbs contract forward and replace the hands. Hands block the face. Leaping leopard left. Planting the hands, extending through the toes and the feet. Turning over the left shoulder. Crocodile. Chaturanga. Legs shoot back. Navel to spine, propel forward. Fighting gorilla. Leaping leopard right. Chaturanga to crocodile. Fighting gorilla. Posture up. Leaping leopard left. Hands guard the face. Chaturanga. Crocodile. Fighting gorilla. Posture up. Coming back to your breath. Leaping leopard, quarter turn over your right shoulder to face the side wall, extending through the hands and the feet. Spinning monkey. Right hand, left hand, followed by the feet. Hips transition overhead into an inversion, landing with your left foot and your right. Chimpanzee. Right hand crosses over left, left hand reaches, feet follow, left, right. Spinning monkey. Right hand reaches, followed by the left, hips over shoulders, landing with your left leg and your right leg. Chimpanzee. Right hand crosses over left, left hand reaches, feet follow, left, right. Leaping leopard, turning over 180 degrees of your left shoulder, extending through the hands and the feet. Landing lightly, facing the other side. Spinning monkey, left hand followed by the right hand, hips come overhead. Chimpanzee, left hand crosses over right, right hand reaches, feet follow, right, left. Spinning monkey, left hand reaches down, right hand follows, hips transition overhead. Spinning monkey, left hand reaches, right hand extends. Feet follow, left, right. One more leaping leopard, turning over the right shoulder, really strong here. Facing the top of the mat. Bring your hands to the mat. Child's pose. Section 7, Death and Rebirth. Begin in a child's pose. Knees come wide, hands reaching long. Sits bones reach towards the heels, and breathe. Flowering lotus. Drawing the hands to cup the heels. Rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae, undulating the spine. Sits bones come off the heels. Pelvis presses forward, opening through the chest, extending the collarbone towards the sky. Sits bones lower towards the heels, chin to chest, rolling like a wave, back down to child's. Flowering lotus again, rolling up, tucking the chin. Sits bones lift, pressing the hips up towards the top of the mat. Collarbone expands, chin to chest, rolling through the upper back, undulating the spine like a wave, rolling all the way back to child's. Last time through flowering lotus, rolling up, pushing the hips forward, expanding through the front side body, chin to chest, doming the back, rolling like a wave, child's pose. Rolling the spine up vertebrae by vertebrae, pressing the palms firmly into the mat, transitioning into Navasana boat pose. Using your upper body, knees come to chest, feet cross, slide underneath you into boat. Down, knee pointing through the feet, collarbones broaden, shoulders depress and retract down the spine, chin lifts, crown reaches. Engaging through the abdominals, inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down, using control. Feet extend long, arms reach overhead. Releasing arms down by your side, palms pressing into the mat, shoulders tucked in towards the spine. Bending the knees, soles of the feet pressing into the mat, all four corners grounding down. Pressing through the shoulder blades to protect the cervical spine, sits bones lift off the mat, bridge pose. Again, chest is coming towards the chin, but keeping a slight curvature in the neck. Option to support the sacral area with the hands. Slowly lowering down vertebrae by vertebrae, sits bones to the mat. Option for another round of bridge or full wheel. Full wheel, hands come to shoulders, fingertips pointing towards the feet. Knees are bent, coming through the crown of the head first, pressing through the chest. And then extending through the arms and the legs, reaching the chest towards the back of the rib. Slowly lowering back down to the crown, tucking the chin, rolling back down to supine. Inhale, arms long. Exhale, low back imprints onto the mat, feet come up and overhead, plow pose. Bending the right knee, dummy pointing through the foot, ankle comes to the back of the left knee. With control, rolling forward, keeping the left knee off the ground, right knee comes to the mat. Bringing the hands and twisting the torso to the right side of the mat. Lift the left leg up and over like you're high kicking. Bringing behind you for pigeon pose. Walking the right knee out towards the right wrist. Perhaps tucking the toes to align the hips. Broadening across the shoulder blades. Hands come wide, undulating the spine. Inhale. Exhale, bowing forward. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll it up. Lifting tall through the crown of the head. Torso twists to the left side. Left leg comes up and around to extend to the front. Right leg follows. Slowly lower back down to supine. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, low back imprints, plow pose. Hips come up and overhead. Bending through the left knee. Left ankle comes to the back of the right knee, dummy pointing to the left foot. Slowly transitioning to pigeon. Rolling vertebrae by vertebrae with control. Keeping that right leg lifted. Torso twist to the left, left leg high kicks, dummy pointing through the foot, coming to the back. Again, keeping the back toes tucked to align the hips if you'd like, and walking that left knee out towards the left wrist. Hands come wide, inhale. Exhale, undulating the spine down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, rolling like a wave up to the top. Rotating the spine to the right. Right leg comes up and over. Extending to the front, left leg follows. And slowly lower vertebrae by vertebrae to supine. Inhale, arms reach, legs reach long. Exhale, low back and prince. Plow pose. Shoulder stand. Hands come to the back of the sacrum. Extending the right leg tall. Shoulders tuck back and down the spine. Left leg follows. Dummy pointing through the feet, stacking the ankles on top of the knees on top of the hips. Using your shoulders to press into the mat. Slowly lower the knees to the forehead with control, using the core and the strength in the legs. Transitioning to deaf man's pose. Draw the knees to the outsides of the ears, sits bones reach towards the ceiling. Hands come overhead, reaching toward the lateral side of the foot, holding the instep, going through vertebrae by vertebrae, through upper back, middle back. Finally, the tail and the sacral region reaches towards the mat to happy baby. Feet and knees come wide, spine elongates from the crown of the head all the way to the tip of the tail. Draw the knees into center. Concho's twist. Right leg crosses over left leg. Right hand grabs the dorsal side of the left foot. Left hand grabs the dorsal side of the right foot. Lower the left knee down towards the mat and hip shift so that the spine can be aligned. Slowly draw the right knee across the chest and ground the right knee to the left side. Slowly release, drawing the knees back into center, realigning the spine. Concho's twist to the other side. Left leg will cross over right. Left hand reaches for the dorsal side of the right foot, while the right hand reaches for the dorsal side of the left foot. Hip shift slightly so the spine can be aligned, and lower the right knee down towards the mat. Left foot crosses across the body, and slowly grounding the left knee down towards the right. Shoulders press into the mat. Take a breath. Slowly and mindfully draw the knees back into the chest. Realigning the spine. Extending the right leg, followed by the left leg. Final Shavasana. Palms facing up towards the ceiling. Eyes closed, and revisiting your intention. After the completion of Final Shavasana, slowly and mindfully make your way into Seiza, Hero's Pose. Sits bones to the heels. Long through the crown, broaden across the collarbone, engaging through the core. Right hand lowers to the mat, followed by the left hand. Honoring the warrior in each of us, the pursuit of patience, us. Bring the right hand to the right thigh, left hand to left thigh, drawing the hands to heart center, honoring the yogi in each of us, kindness, compassion, and forgiveness. Namaste.